Alright, welcome to another video by Grease Monkey Bass Fishing. So today we are just gonna look at some of the tackle equipment and tools I will be using for this next hard water season. So starting off on this rod case here, it's made by Ice Fishing Innovations. This will be my second year running this rod case. I've been through, I don't even know, I can't remember how many rod cases. I got through the Striker Ice rod case, and then a couple or a few of some other ones, but this was the one that I liked the most, and I probably won't buy another one. So Ice Fishing Innovations rod case. This rod case fits up to a 36-inch rod, one 36-inch rod, and it's really heavy duty. I can close this up, I can jump on the cover. Nothing will get damaged. So if you guys want something that's heavy duty that will save your rods from being damaged, Ice Fishing Innovations rod case is the way to go. But one thing is that this rod case is actually pretty heavy. So if you guys are not looking for something too heavy, I will look for something else. But for me, it works. Just looking at some of the stuff I got in here. So let's look at some of the rods that I will be using this year. So first rod here. This is a Bass King walleye rod, and this is actually the wife's rod that I bought for her last season. What I got attached on here is the Piscifun Ice X5 reel. As you guys can see, I got the folding handle right here for storage with a press of a button. I can fold that handle back up. So you guys can see on my setup, I got a jigging wrap down here, and then up here I got another hook with a bait on there. The reason for that is last year I went to Mille Lacs. I actually did this combo for Tullaby. I didn't catch anything, but I did do a lot of whitefish, or a couple times whitefish, back in Wisconsin in Green Bay. And it was a pretty good experience, and this was kind of like the setup that we used down there. So Bass King rod, I got the Eyeconic reel wraps right there. This next rod here is also made by Bass King. This is another walleye rod. This is a 32-inch walleye rod. Bass King custom built all these rods, but he does have some rods that are available on the shelf too, if you guys are looking to buy some rods. So I don't have a reel on this rod, only because I took my 2500 Shimano Stratic CI4. I took it off to use it on my summer rod, and I will be putting it back on to use it for this season also. Perfect for fighting the big fish with a bigger reel. And these rods here are built pretty good. So surprisingly, from Bass King, this is my only panfish rod. So this is the Power Noodle rod. And this is a 32-inch as well. And I love the orange on this rod. I also got the Eyeconic fishing bands for the reels also on these rods. And I am running the Shimano Sienna 500. This is the newer gen Sienna. Works really well. I've used the older ones in the past. And for bang for your buck, these reels are pretty good. I believe they're like under 40 bucks or 50 bucks. And what I got tied on here is just a gold tungsten jig with some red plastic. Awesome color combo to use for panfish. Alright. Let's jump over to my biggest rod I got in the case. This is the 36-inch walleye rod. This is also by Bass King. Now I've used this rod to fight for bass, pike. It does really well. Haven't caught any walleyes last season, but maybe this season I might. So maybe I just gotta go somewhere else. But 36-inch walleye rod, longest rod I got. This also features the Shimano Sienna 500 also. And I also got the orange Eyeconic fishing bands for my reels. Alright, so the next rod here is from Hardwater Customs. I've used this guy's rods in the past, and I still have a lot of them actually sitting somewhere out there. But this is one of the ones that I use as a secondary rod while I'm fishing. A 28 medium sweetheart rod from Hardwater Customs. So I use this rod in addition to my Dangler Rod Holders. So I'm going to pull out my Dangler Rod Holder. And this is what I use on the ice as a secondary pull. It's kind of like a tip down, but not like the traditional tip downs where you have to do some line pulling. This is actually fight the fish with the rod and the reel. So as you guys can see here, I got a split shot, and then it goes down to a really small treble. So I'm just gonna hook this back up and show you guys what I'm doing here. So on the top here, I got the Velcro strap with the hook. So what you'll do after you put the bait and everything on, you'll let the line down the hole. Then you just hang this rod here, so it'll just dangle there until you get a fish. And then the rod will start going down, and then all you gotta do is take the rod out, set the hook, and fight the fish. So I've been using the Dangler Rod Holders for multiple years now. After I seen one of my buddies, he wasn't using them, so I asked the wife a while back, and she actually bought these for me as a present. So I won't be using this also this year while I'm fishing by myself, or if I bring the wife, and we can have 4 rods out if somebody else comes with me. I'll put these back. So something else that I got in here, I just got some assorted plastics. One of the things that I do bring with me, and I do use during the ice fishing season and open water season, is some bottle of JB's fish sauce. So that's what I use on all of my plastics. And if you guys are asking if fish scents work, they do work to a certain extent, but they do work. Finicky days, throw some fish scents on there, and hopefully you'll trigger some bites. So fish scents is a good way to go. Next thing I got in here, I got 2 tackle boxes. These also came with the Ice Fishing Innovations rod case. So I got 2 here, and I got another one back here. These all come with the case. And then we have one bigger one right in the middle here, which I'm not going to take out because I got to take this whole thing out. It's more like what I stored in that one in there is for my emergency stuff. So I do have like some anti-fog wipes, some alcohol wipes, Band-Aids, screwdrivers, knives, and stuff like that in there. So emergency, you never know when I need some of that stuff. So what else do I keep in here? Keep some extra line. Never know when you need extra line while you're out. And then I have another case here. This is more of my on-the-go tackle. See, it's kind of mixed up right now. Got to get that stuff organized before the season starts. This is a Gamakatsu tackle box. So it's a double-sided hard case tackle box. I love using ripping wraps. I've caught a lot of crappies and stuff on these ripping wraps, and these aren't exactly the smallest ripping wraps. There's a lot of different sizes, but I do catch crappies on those. And then I also got a bait puck sitting in there. So this is just gonna wrap up the rod case and my rods and some of my tackle boxes, and then got the Dangler Rod Holders and plastics. So some of the other stuff that I will be using this year. So second season with these boots. These are the Norfin boots. These are the Klondike boots. I believe they came out with a different version this year. I did switch over to these last year, and they've been doing pretty good. So I'm just taking off my safety cleats, or my ice cleats. Show you guys some of the stuff that these boots come as. So on the bottom here, they do have some built-in cleats. Let me show you guys that. So they got some built-in cleats. Flip it up, give you some more traction on the ice. After you're done, flip them back in. These are actually pretty light too. I remember I did weigh these up against my Striker Ice. I do have my Striker Ice still up there, but those are the ones that my wife actually wears now. So Norfin Klondike boots. What else we got? So yesterday I did a video on this guy here, 24 volt StrikeMaster lithium auger with the light flight. So we'll be using this year, and I'm actually pretty excited. We'll see how it goes this year. In the back here, I got my Eskimo one-man flip over. This is the Inferno Wide one. I was trying to sell this flip over because I was gonna get a bigger hub, but I might just keep this one, and then I might still go buy a bigger hub. And then in the back here, I got the Strike Ice jackets and bib. I got my first ever jacket. That's the Climate from Strike Ice. It was a really warm jacket, right? They do have an inner jacket too that you can take out and wear that on some of those warm days. But I did go and buy a hard water jacket as well. And what I'm running for the bibs is I'm running the Predator bibs. So with those combos, I stay pretty warm during the ice season. No issues there. And then the wife, she's got the Prism jacket and bibs for the women's. I know they did come out with some new stuff too for the women's, but she hasn't said anything bad about that suit. I believe one of the things was just the straps. It just kept coming down. So besides that, they keep us pretty warm during the ice season. Let me grab some of my gloves. All right, so I got some a lot of gloves actually from Strike Ice, and Strike Ice is basically what I wear during the ice season. So the first one here, I cannot remember exactly which one this one was. I believe this was the Climate glove. Correct me if I'm wrong. So these are the ones I bought last season, and I wore these last season through the ice as well as just at home, you know, shoveling the snow and stuff like that outside. And then one of the older gloves that I bought is this one here. So it's a tighter fit. I do use this while I'm out hole hopping and stuff. It's not as bulky as that first one. And I do have 2 pairs of those for me and the wife. And then the last one here is a different set of gloves. I still use this one as well, but it's more like a mitten. But then you can flip this, button that, and then you got a better grip on your rod and stuff. But I'm not gonna recommend it on really cold days, especially, you know, after fighting the fish and stuff. Your hand's gonna get wet, and then it'll get cold. But pretty awesome gloves. And the last thing is, I am running a Mr. Buddy heater. I was just watching SmackDown Outdoors podcast, and it looks like Flame King is coming out with a heater themselves. Some different features on there. I believe there was a temperature control feature where you can set it to medium or high, and as soon as it gets up to that temp, it'll shut itself off. And then once it gets cold again, it'll turn itself back on to heat your hut or your pop-up back up. But what I'm using from them right now is on my Mr. Heater. I actually got their Flame King propane tanks. So these are all refillable. So I don't have to go to the store anymore to buy the disposable propane tanks. Saves the landfill just a little bit as well, and saves me some money overall. Use a 20-pound propane tank just to fill those smaller 1-pound tanks. Alright, so the last thing on the list is one of the most important things while you're out fishing is your fish finder. So let me grab my Garmin Life Scope. Alright, so as you guys can see here, this is my setup for this season for ice fishing. I got the Garmin Life Scope attached onto here. I'm running the 7.3 size screen. I do use this on the kayak also. So with this size, it was just ideal for me for ice fishing and on the kayak. Of course, I could have gone bigger, but I wanted to stick with something small, but it was still effective. So, what is it on? This is a Tacti-Grip Fishing Shuttle. So, a new product that just came out this year, and I've been working with some of the guys over there, just helping develop some new products, give them some ideas. Everything's going really good. Some really awesome guys that's running this company. So let's start it off on the bottom here. First off, you know, I did do a more detailed, in-depth video for this shuttle. So if you guys want to know, if you guys want to see more details about this shuttle, I will leave the link underneath here, and you guys can go and check that out. So first thing on the shuttle, you got a main power switch, and this power switch will send power to the glow cup, and the glow cup has its own power switch. So if I press on the switch, the glow cup turns on. So pretty slick design, great size for a glow cup as well. And after a day of fishing, if I want to just put it back, turn it off, and just put it back. Pretty slick. It sits perfectly back, flush with the shuttle. So that was one of the big things that I noticed. And they do have a big knob here too, so you guys can tighten that down. On the top here, the glow cup is plugged into one of the ports up here for power. And then on the left side here, I do have my ice defense, as you guys can see here. Ice defense is made by Code Nations Outdoor. Like I always say, fight the fish, don't fight the hole. Basically, it just keeps your holes open for a long time through tough conditions, right? You don't want your holes icing up, especially with the tip-off fishermen. I recommend you guys check it out. They do have some ice fishing shows going on right now through tomorrow. I believe they will be on SmackDown Outdoors as well tomorrow. So tune into that show tomorrow. And then on this switch here, simply turns on the LED lights. Really bright lights. You can use this shuttle, carry your shuttle around, use it as a flashlight at night, or main purpose is to just light up your holes. So I'm going to turn that off, turn the main power switch off. We're going to go to the left side here. You guys see two dual rod holders. We talked about the design, and then, you know, they just came up with it. So props to the guys that's at Tacti-Grip Fishing. But it's a really cool design. I'm using one of the holders right now to hold my ice defense, as you guys can see here. Not going to be using the live scope as a hole hopping tool, especially because it's extremely heavy. But I do have a FLX28 also on a green and black Tacti-Grip shuttle as well, which was also featured in the video that I did. So we got the ice defense on one side, and then we got this awesome looking transducer pole. So I'm just going to take that out and we can have a quick look. So this is their transducer pole right here. It's got an EVA foam. And on the top, there's also an arrow too, just to tell you which direction your transducer is pointing at. And then we got the claws here. Majority of the folks that I know, they make these claws. They have 3 claws. But for this one, Tacti-Grip has 4 claws. So thought that was pretty awesome. This blue piece here, it's actually for the ice defense. One of the designs that I actually helped came up with. This is just a prototype, so it's not a finished product. Still working out some kinks in it, but I think this is going to be pretty awesome with the ice defense. For anybody who's using the live scope or any of the live units, maybe for Humminbird or Lowrance as well. So these black pieces here, I did a short video. These are the transducer cable holders. Really flexible plastic. I used hard plastics before for my previous poles, and it was just a pain to get them on, to snap them on. And I actually broke, I believe it was 2 that I broke. So I was pretty happy that Tacti-Grip went with some flexible plastic for printing. And they work perfectly. So right now I have them off because my transducer is not hooked up. So once I get out on the water, I will hook that up. Slide this back in. And also these rod holders, awesome thing to have for your transducer pole. Looks pretty sleek, just sitting in there. On the back side here, I got the black box. One of the big things about the black box is Tacti-Grip has an actual mount for it. My previous shuttle, I didn't have a mount, so I actually just zip tied it to the shuttle. But they did come out with a mount, so I was really happy that that they came out with that. Makes everything cleaner, and looks like it's supposed to be where it's supposed to be. So props to the guys over there for figuring that out. On the bottom here, we got the battery box. It's right now I'm using a 30 amp 12 volt battery, lithium ion or light PL4 battery from Amped Outdoors. Getting more than 15 hours a day is more than enough, and this battery is capable of delivering that. The back side here, we got a quick charging port. One of the differences from theirs versus others is they have this quick charging port. It's always a hassle for me to, after a long day, for me to come and charge my units, you know, for the next outing. So I was happy that they were able to put this here with the Amped Outdoors battery. It's 2 pieces, and then you just pull apart the one piece and then attach the charger. If I'm going too fast, like I said, this is just a high level of the shuttle. I do have a more detailed video on the shuttle, and you guys can check that out. And then on the left side here, we have an awesome looking transducer cable holder. Previously, I used to wrap the transducer cable holder on the pole, but I was really happy that they came out with this. Makes everything looks more organized, and I could just unravel the length that I want. And then what I did was I have some Velcro straps, and I actually just Velcro it together so it doesn't come apart. And then here is just the transducer, the bottom part of the transducer pole. This is actually all modes, so I'm going to loosen this. So now the pole comes in here. Now this is a perspective view. You want to go back to forward view, just go back, tighten that knob down, and then you can adjust this piece if for down view. And then, not from Tacti-Grip, but then I do have a transducer cover from the Bass Tank. Really awesome cover. They price pointed, I believe it was a little bit over $60, but then I saw that it was on sale, so I decided to pick it up. I had a 3D printed one before, but then I accidentally, I think I stepped on it when I was on the kayak, and then I actually broke it. So this is not 3D printed plastic. It's actually molded, so really happy for this purchase. And on the top here, it has a really nice big strap just to strap it in, so really awesome with that. Alright, so this was just a high level of my Garmin LiveScope setup. Like I said, I do have a FLX28 also on the green and black shuttle, which I'm actually using it to power my GoPro right now and my LED lights. So pretty awesome unit, pretty awesome shuttles. So if you guys haven't done so already, check them out. And don't forget to use my promo code GMBF10 for 10% off your orders for online orders. If you guys have any questions, you know, just let me know. And that is all I have. If you guys have any questions about any of the items that I showed in this video, just send me a message, and yeah, we can talk about it. Thanks for watching.